Alright, this next video is going to be for August 24th. It's going to include the Alonzo game that we created in the last lesson. I am going to show you how to make a whack-a-mole game. Now this whack-a-mole game does involve the lesson that we used earlier, which is, well, before I get to that, let me take you step by step. Go ahead and open up Snap. Make sure you are logged in. Here I am already logged in. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Open. And you should already have the U1, L1, click Alonzo game that you can go ahead and open. Alright, so then I have something like this. This, of course, was from the last lesson where we forever had Alonzo go to X position, pick random from negative 240 to 240, and Y position, pick random, negative 180 to 180. Then it was going to wait 1 second. And it was going to change costumes. So just to show you, this is how it's going to run. Guys, make sure that you are playing and pausing this video as you watch it, and that you understand each step that I'm going through, because this one's going to be kind of fast, but it does involve a lot of things. So I'm going to go ahead and press this green flag. Why the green flag? Again, because I am using a green flag. When green flag clicked, hat block, right? So again, I'm going to click the green block, and I see that Alonzo goes to a random position from the coordinates that I went ahead and placed on the forever loop, right? Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do this whack-a-mole game where if it's going to check if and I'm going to take this step by step. So first I'm going to go ahead and go with if it touches. If my mouse pointer touches Alonzo, Alonzo should stop, right? So anytime I start with the word if, then I should go into control. And guess what? I'm going to use an if statement. Now I could use an if else statement, but in this case I don't want two things to possibly happen. I only want one thing to possibly happen, and that is for Alonzo to stop. So I can go ahead and put this here. Does it matter where I put it? At this point, it doesn't, only because the loop is just going to go forever until a situation happens, and the situation is going to be under sensing. So right now, I would pause the video, make sure I have everything the way I have it here, and then go ahead and press play again, so that way you can see everything once again, right? And you have this block right here. That is also a condition, but in this case, it's a sensing condition. I'll go ahead and drag it and drop it right here, right? If touching mouse pointer. Now, if what is touching mouse pointer? In this case, it's Alonzo, because we are right now clicked onto the script of Alonzo, which you can see right here on the bottom right. So if touching mouse pointer, what's going to happen? It's going to stop, right? Everything's going to stop. Well, guess what? I can't find stop. I'm looking for it. Again, what is something you can do? You can always use this magnifying glass right here. Click on it and start searching up the block that you want. In this case, it is stop. I'm going to make a poster of all the blocks that I've gone through, just so that way you can go ahead and go back and remember on what is it that we've kind of touched on, right? I'm going to stop this right here by pressing stop. I'm going to run it one more time. If I read it from top to bottom, it's forever going to go to a random location. It's forever going to wait 1 second. It's going to go to the next costume. And then if touching the mouse pointer, it's going to stop. I'm going to go ahead and run this, and I'm going to try to catch Alonzo. Alonzo. I don't know why I said Lorenzo. I can't catch it until I touch it. Once I touch it, it recognizes that the mouse pointer, my mouse pointer, the one I'm using here, touches Alonzo. It recognizes it, and it stops everything, meaning that everything just kind of stops working. The loop stops working, right? I am going to look at that, and I'm like, you know what? That's good enough for me right now, but I really wanted to, I want to take it a step further. I wanted to change I want to change the effect that it has when I either touch Lorenzo or I keep saying Lorenzo. When I touch Alonzo, or when I click on Alonzo. So instead of touching the mouse pointer, let me go ahead and get rid of that by putting it on the left side. And I can say if what? Well, you know what? I don't think that's going to work here. Why? Because it's forever going to check something. But this is where it gets a little different. So as far as what you need to know, all you need to know up to this point is what I heard earlier is this part. Let me go ahead and go back. Touch mouse pointer is right here. Alright, this is all you need to know up to right now. You need to understand this, and that's it. I'm going to take it a step further, but again, you're going to be doing this later on more and more often. This right here is what you need to understand. It runs from top to bottom. When the green flag is clicked, it's going to forever go to X position, Y position, wait 1 second, it's going to change the costume. If touching mouse pointer, it's going to stop everything, right? Touching mouse pointer again means that it's just going to touch my mouse pointer. So right there, it went ahead and stopped. Alright, so this is the extra part. I don't want it to just stop when I touch the mouse pointer. I actually want it to stop when I click on Alonzo, right? So I can go back to control and I can say when I am clicked. Now, does it matter where I put it? Honestly, this is something that used to get me kind of confused when I first started using this, because I don't know, like, does it matter if I put it up here? Does it matter if I put it up down here? No, it does not matter where you put it, but my suggestion is that you keep things organized, you keep things in order, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot easier for the person who's grading your AP exam to grade. So I'm going to put this here, and it's just going to say if I am clicked, go ahead and, oh, I can't find it again, that's fine. I can look for it and press or choose stop. So let's run this. It's running, right? You notice that this is highlighted because that's what's running. My when I am clicked is not running until it actually gets clicked. And the only thing that's going to happen is that when it's clicked, it's going to stop, right? So I can't click it until I finally try to click it, and there you go, it stops. Right, so that's kind of like my whack-a-mole game that I have going. I'm going to take it one more step further, and that is that I am going to give myself chances to, or I'm going to make it a little bit harder for me to beat the game. In this case, I'm going to make it turn a little bit invisible. So instead of just when I click it, it stops, I'm going to go into looks and I'm going to change ghost effect by 25. Now if I change ghost effect by 25, that means that the ghost effect itself, which is making it a little bit lighter, is going to increase, meaning that Alonzo here is going to start disappearing little by little, right, all the way to 0. So just by using that logic, if I have 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25, that makes 100, meaning that I would have to click Alonzo 4 times for the character to completely disappear. Right, so every time I click on it, it's going to change the ghost effect by 25. Guess what? If I go into controls and I go into if, now if what? I think some of y'all might be already knowing what I'm going to do here. If we go into looks, ghost effect, alright, and there's a lot of other effects that you can see here. Right now I'm just dealing with ghost effect. Don't worry too much if you don't understand like where I'm getting all these blocks from, because they're blocks that are just available for you in this lesson. They do show all of them for you, and there's actually even more inside the library, but don't worry about those. Right now we're just focusing on the ones that I'm showing you. Again, I'm going to show you a whole list of all the blocks that I've used up to this point, so that way you can make this stuff happen. If ghost effect, what do I need? If ghost effect what? Right? So I know at this point that ghost effect must be 0 because I want Alonzo to completely disappear for him to stop and me win the game. I need to maybe use what? Right now, I'm just going to give you like 5 seconds to think about where the block would be if something needs to be something else. I want you to think mathematically about something being something else. Go ahead and give you 5 seconds. Alright, if you said operators and equals, then you were right. Go ahead and go here. And I put this, let's see if it works. Oh no, yeah, let's see if it works. No, okay, it just replaced it. So if ghost effect equals what? 0. Sorry, no, my bad. If ghost effect equals 100, right? Because that is the full ghost effect. Then what's going to happen? It's going to, again, I'm going to search this up, stop. Just like that. Alright, let's hope this works. I'm going to run this. Alonzo's moving around. I'm going to go ahead and try to play it. Try to click on him. There's 1. Oh, you see how he went a little lighter? Try to click on him again. 2. He went a little lighter. Try to click on him again. 3. He went a little lighter. And the 4th one should make him completely disappear. Why? Again, because 25 plus 25 plus 25 is 75 plus 1 more would be 100%. So, right there. And there you go. All the condition is met. Ghost effect did equal to 100. And the whole game was able to stop. Alright. Yeah, but this is all extra though. If you can't get to this part, make sure that you understand this. If you can't get to this part, there's no problem. It takes practice. I will go ahead and stop here. Later on, what we're going to do is actually give it a point system where you'll get points for clicking on Alonzo several times, but then you'll lose points for not clicking on him. It'll actually start getting a little bit more complicated where we will add messages. So here, maybe at the end, when it does happen, what can I do to say maybe something like looks. Maybe here we can say 2 seconds while you won. Right? Let's go ahead and try to see what works. So here we need to clear everything and reset Alonzo. I can go here to this block that says clear graphic effects. I'm going to click on it, and there it is again. Press play. Moving around. Click on it 4 times. 2, 3, 4. And now you can see there that if I move it, I think he just moved out of screen. Oh, because it's set it for 2 seconds. Sorry, I should have put this for, let's say, 7 seconds. So let's try it again. Clear graphics effect. Run it again. Try to get them 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says while you won. And there you go. Anyways, go ahead and try this on your own and check with me once you have it. Just remember Friday is when I check grades and have your tracker updated, and check if you have your tracker updated. So make sure that you have that done, and that's it for the week.